Welcome to CTV News, Your Canada. It's Wednesday, January 14th. We'll bring you profiles of fascinating Canadians and stories about your community. Thanks for watching.
While many of us feel like hibernating in February, the Mental Health Foundation of Nova Scotia encourages you to push through that urge.
We're excited to be launching Body Movement in February. This is the second year for Body Movement. So this is an opportunity for folks to improve their mental health, improve their mental wellness by moving their body in any way that they can.
From lunchtime walks to lifting grocery bags to dancing between the stove and sink, the idea is simple. Move your body, improve your mind, and raise money for mental health.
It gives you just enough time to recover from the holidays through the month of January. And then in February, you can really make it a point to work on your mental health and do those little things that are going to hopefully make a big impact.
The foundation's new ambassador knows firsthand how powerful movement can be. For Olympian Karen Furneaux, walking helped pull her through a tough time in her life.
2 years ago, I was diagnosed with late onset bipolar disorder. I went into a depression, and the only thing I could do day to day was walk. Walking for me, it got me outside, it got me out of my thoughts.
Walk after walk, step by step, Furneaux says she found space to breathe again.
Wherever you are, just begin. And even if you have to begin and begin again and begin again, it all counts.
Last year's inaugural challenge raised $80,000. This February, the goal jumps to $100,000. And so does the energy.
Because you get to choose how you move every day during the month of February, I think it made it really easy for folks to decide what that was going to look like for them.
But if motivation is hard to find, Furneaux gets it.
I'm kind of on a comeback now, so I really want to spread awareness around movement and, most importantly, the link between movement and mental health.
Whether it's steps or stretches, organizers say momentum is what matters. Hafsa Arif, CTV News, Halifax.
52 women, 52 powerful stories.
It's stories of women throughout living history that have shaped our city.
Titled The 52, the exhibit brings together a collection of artifacts, videos, artwork, and written materials that let you get hands-on and interactive.
So Museum of Toronto does things differently. We're really invested in how to make history both accessible and also rich and inviting.
Free to attend and open to the public, the museum has also partnered with the Toronto District School Board.
So we have hundreds of school children who are coming in who surprisingly spend hours watching these videos and talking to each other about the women and making their own little exhibitions that we invite them to do with artifacts that we found.
Showcasing the trailblazers we know and introducing us to those whose names are less familiar but crucial in the evolution of the city, like Bernice Redmond, Toronto's first Black nurse.
Ultimately, after almost a 15-year, 20-year struggle, she became the first Black Canadian nurse in our country. So there are those also who wouldn't even register but are so and incredibly impactful.
A showcase of strength, diversity, and determination of those whose contributions help shape Toronto's past, present, and future. The exhibit also invites people in to participate in part of the display by adding in someone who they think has contributed to the city of Toronto. The 52 will be here at the Museum of Toronto all the way through until May. Jessica Smith, CTV News.
Forget hats and teddy bears. On Tuesday, socks stole the spotlight at Kitchener's Grand River Arena. When the Grand River Collegiate Institute Renegades hit the ice against the Elmira Lancers Tuesday afternoon, the energy in the arena was about more than just the game.
I think this group of athletic leaders, they just have a really big heart, and I think that it's giving them those opportunities to really care for their community.
The matchup featured the school's first ever sock toss, a creative spin on the traditional Kitchener Rangers teddy bear toss.
We know a lot of bigger hockey teams do the teddy bear toss, and we know the socks are in very high demand right now, so we wanted to do a little twist to it for our Grand Rivers. So we did the sock toss.
As soon as the Renegades scored their first goal, hundreds of pairs of socks rained down onto the ice, not just in celebration, but in support of the community.
We love athletics with the hockey, and we have a really dedicated group of students who are really excited to give back to the community this year.
Around 1,200 socks gathered up by players and volunteers, then donated to Ray of Hope, an organization that helps individuals experiencing homelessness across Waterloo Region.
We want to do a little spin, did it for charity. So the Ray of Hope Foundation, we're donating socks for people in need in the winter.
We do many classes where we realize that many people do need help, and socks are definitely, and gloves are all with, especially with our cold winters that we have in here, and this all helps them.
The initiative was organized by Grand River Collegiate Institute's athletic leadership class, which focuses on using school sports as a way to give back. Earlier in the year, the same class led a food drive that collected more than 800 items for the Waterloo Region Food Bank.
We've done a couple things. We were really involved in a food drive, and we've also done some work with the Special Olympics, and I think those have been some of the most meaningful experiences for my students, and they've just loved getting involved with the community. One
goal, one toss, and a reminder that teamwork doesn't stop at the rink. Organizers hope the sock toss will become an annual tradition.
It's pretty great, and especially all the support we've had to the school. I mean, it's pretty unreal.
Hannah Schmidt, CTV News, Kitchener.
68-year-old Cliff has struggled with mental health issues, and for more than a year, he's been living on the streets.
And I had a terrible experience.
But for the first time in a while, things are looking up. Cliff is part of the prison program at the Welcome Hall Mission. It helps people with serious mental illness who are homeless by bringing psychiatric care directly into shelters.
Because the care provided in the hospital is not, let's say, designed well for the complex need of this population.
Medical Director Vincent Laliberté says the program fills a critical gap for people who often cycle between the streets and hospitals. The goal is reintegration, helping them move back into housing, often within months.
Well, our research has shown that around 70% of people who come to prison leave the program with housing.
The model was first developed in Montreal in 2013. Since then, PRISM has expanded across Quebec and has now caught the attention of a doctor in Ontario.
And so when I saw this PRISM, I thought that is a game changer. I immediately recognized it as a game changer.
David Heath's work focuses on providing care outside the hospital for people with complex mental health needs. He submitted the idea of PRISM to the Toronto Star's One Great Idea project, and it received the most public votes.
Those hospitals are extremely expensive. Looking from a systems point of view, it's enormously expensive. Mm-hmm. But what struck me about PRISM is 5,000 to 7,500 per treatment episode. Very good job.
As for Cliff, in just 4 months, he's gone from living in the streets to preparing for a place of his own.
I'm hoping to leave on the day of my birthday, February the 1st.
A new beginning right around the corner. Sri Darasi, CTV News.
I think Chris is going a bit artistic here. I was trying to.
The kitchen at Roger Nielsen Children's Hospice is more than just a place to prepare meals.
Well, for this, it means family togetherness and happiness.
For patients and friends, Thomas and Wyatt, it's a gathering spot.
Sometimes me and Wyatt make cookies together. We see each other from time to time.
You're never bored because you always have people to talk to.
The space now officially opened and named as the Senator's Foundation Kitchen.
This is where a lot of people gravitate to at the house, and to see it's not just for the families, for the staff as well, to be able to interact and intertwine with the kids and really build that team atmosphere in here.
The kitchen receiving upgrades beginning later this year, thanks to a $1 million gift from the Senator's Community Foundation.
It'll be used to update our kitchen to make it more accessible, modernize it. We're 20 years old this year, and so it needs a facelift. And then they provide ongoing support for all of our programs and services with the rest of that funding.
Part of making it more accessible, modifying countertops and oven height for wheelchairs.
We want to make this kitchen really accessible for the kids who are using our home, and we want to make sure the kitchen is somewhere where they feel really comfortable in.
Take care, buddy.
The Ottawa Senators has supported Roger Nielsen Children's Hospice for 20 years.
We've been involved every step of the way. It's a real special spot in our hearts.
Now that spot will have an even better space for families, staff, and patients to spend time.
It makes me more independent here.
I want to be a chef when I grow up, so the more cooking I do, the better.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
The parking lot is full as seniors in Sudbury gather at Kiwi Park for the twice-weekly seniors program.
Originally the program, we got a grant for it. It was supposed to be run mostly during the summer. That was our main idea. And then we found out that we had a timeline to use the grant. So we came up with the idea of the winter program, thinking that the program would have maybe 30 participants. But even the first day we had over 60. And then now we're averaging about 90 to 120, with our most popular day last year being 195 participants.
For the past 3 years, the program was free, but with grant funding coming to an end, it will now be pay what you can donations.
It doesn't matter what amount, it's whatever they can afford to give. Sometimes it's $2, some it's $5 per day. But with their donation, then they get access to free rentals, access to the trail, and then a snack and a drink at the end.
For some, it's about socialization. For others, it's all about the exercise. Either way, participants I talk to say it's fun.
It's exercise. It gets you outside, okay, and there's no better exercise than walking or hiking and that. And so it's great. And plus you get to meet people, and after have a coffee, stand around the fire. Can't beat it. It's a great program.
This is where I met Ted 2 years ago.
Participants can choose from a variety of activities, including cross-country skiing and snowshoeing.
I remember the first day of the first program, these two ladies met just waiting in line to register, and now it's the 4th year and they still come every single day. And they've actually let me know that now they make it like a day. So before the program, they go out for breakfast. And then at noon, they come here, get their equipment, and go out.
The program runs Tuesdays and Fridays at 1 p.m. until March 6th. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
As producers from across the country gather for the 43rd annual Western Canadian Crop Production Show, many are talking about Premier Scott Moe's trip to China and the implications it could have on the industry.
Expectations, I think we're cautious on that. We're optimistic that there'll be some sort of a way forward. I don't know when that's going to happen, but we do anticipate that at some point those tariffs will go away. The sooner the better.
It was announced on Monday that Moe would be joining Prime Minister Mark Carney on the trip to China. Many at the conference shared hope that this move indicates Saskatchewan will have a seat at the table in conversations regarding trade and international tariffs, particularly the hefty tariffs on Canadian canola products.
My optimism would probably be on the higher end now that there's going to be some resolve, if not immediate, probably in the very near future. I would have to think for the Prime Minister to be going that they probably think that there's some end to this, and I would hope that there would be.
Bell says last year's harvest season was fruitful for farmers in Western Canada, but the economic situation has made it difficult for producers to see that reflected in their income.
Unfortunately, a lot of it's still in the bin, so the sooner the better. Obviously, they're going to want to market that crop and get some cash in hand, both to pay bills, but also there's a crop to plan for 2026.
The pressure to have these tariffs lifted is increasing as producers hope to plan for the spring.
It's obviously something we really do need. It's going to have an impact on a lot of the crush side. It's going to have an impact, obviously, on the market. And it'll also have an impact on what farmers decide to put into the ground as well.
Hallie Mandrick, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Comedic cynicism, it was a depiction of office culture that resonated with readers across the globe.
Luckily, everyone seems to be developing an immunity to the toxic environment.
At its height, Dilbert, the comic strip, created by Scott Adams, had its own TV series. In print, the mouthless, bespeckled character appeared in 2,000 newspapers worldwide in at least 70 countries and 25 languages. Adams once told CTV News that his own years spent working in a cubicle as an office dweller was the catalyst for his comic.
I spent 16 years in cubicles, first at a big bank and then at the phone company for 8 years. I became more cynical, if that was even possible.
Decades of Dilbert also gave way to multiple books, though the laughs came to an abrupt halt in 2023.
I got a call from my syndication company, and they said, we can't do business with you. We're done.
Adams was dropped by some of the world's largest newspapers following a racist remark he made on his YouTube show where he referenced a poll that asked people if they agree that it's okay to be white, a phrase used by white supremacists.
The best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people.
At the time, Adams insisted his comments were taken out of context, though he made no apology.
So Dilbert is now fully canceled.
Last year, Adams revealed he had prostate cancer that had spread to his bones.
So we'll see how far we get, okay?
Just last week, Adams appeared on his live stream for what would be his final public appearance.
This is going to be a tough week.
Early Tuesday, his ex-wife appeared on Adams' live stream to share the news of his passing.
But he's not with us right anymore.
Delivering one final written message left behind by Adams himself.
I had an amazing life. I gave it everything I had. Please know, I loved you all to the very end.
Scott Adams was 68 years old. Adrian Gobriel, CTV News.
How much pressure do you feel from the fans, from the hockey world in general?
Heated rivalry is sizzling. The Canadian show about rival hockey players turned lovers has amassed huge audiences internationally since premiering on Crave in November. Now its stars are heating up Hollywood, hinting to the Golden Globes crowd about what has fans in a frenzy.
What? You know.
One of the contributors to a project called YYC Queer Hockey History says the show has tapped into a taboo part of professional hockey.
And I think we've seen more openness in women's hockey. But in terms of men's hockey, I'd say the conversations have largely been invisible.
He adds the show's success is celebrating the somewhat lesser-known link between the LGBTQ community and the hockey world.
It really is resonating because people are finally seeing themselves in ways that they haven't before in a sport about which they're really passionate.
The series is based on a book inspired by current NHL stars and is flying off the shelves at Calgary's Forbidden Library.
Everyone is looking for this book, and I promise it's on its way. And then when the show came out, it blew up even more, and then I was getting phone calls every day, probably like 10 a day.
Greta Bar had so much demand for its heated rivalry trivia night, it moved the event to a larger space and may add a second night.
It will be a fun opportunity to get a lot of fans in the room, and hopefully it won't get heated, though.
And Dickens Pub also plans to host at least 2 parties to celebrate.
We're entrenched in the queer community, of course. We do a lot of queer positive events here. We wanted to give some people a chance to come down and forget about their woes for a little bit and just have a good time.
The events are planned for February, the month often associated with love. Stephanie Thomas, CTV News, Calgary.
It's hard to keep up with super senior Gord Cowan. He skates twice a week, swims, plays pickleball 3 times a week, and takes a fitness class every morning. Being active is important for Cowan, who turns 93 in a couple of weeks.
If I were just sitting around, my muscles would get so soft and I'd be weak. And the next thing you'd know, I'd either be in a wheelchair or at least with the walker.
As you can imagine, Gord is a huge inspiration to many, especially his family.
I'm so proud of him, and just trying to keep up to him is a feat in itself. He is an absolute machine. Every single day, he is active.
Cowan's favorite sport has always been hockey, and he still has some pretty good moves out there. He helped coach the UFC Dinos from 1969 to 1981.
Coaching at the university was really important to me and very satisfying.
As you can imagine, Cowan coached hundreds of dinos over the years, and some of the alumni joined him at the rink to give him this jacket, a sign of respect for a man who taught them so much.
Every player that played for Gord loved him.
He was just such a great motivator, teacher, awesome athlete. So he influenced a lot of us, and more than just hockey, in life and careers and friendships. The jacket symbolizes Cowan's time with the U of C and his time in the International Hockey League. Cowan played 8 seasons there, mostly in Toledo, Ohio. And next month, he's going to be inducted into the Toledo Hockey Hall of Fame, and most of his family will be there with him.
He's the legend that deserves this, so.
Glenn Campbell, CTV News.
She's waiting to visit a longtime friend. Teppy Hughes is stopping to make some new feathered ones.
So I was just telling the seagulls to go to the ocean and get some fish.
Teppy can still remember how both animals look, despite smallpox stealing her sight when she was 7.
Now I'm 65 years old, and I don't even look at, right?
But before growing up to become a confident woman, Teppy was a fearful girl.
I didn't even know I was going to be being loved by anybody.
She endured people who were cruel and others even worse before deciding to transform her hurt by helping others healing.
I can show them how to love people, not to be hurting them.
So she committed to spending countless hours volunteering for charities that help her neighbors in need.
It feels like it's good things you're doing for other people.
And be the best friend to folks like 94-year-old Eugene, who Teppy visits at his care home.
Oh, she's a friendly person.
If you ask Eugene the secret to their enduring friendship, he'll credit their shared humor by making a joke.
She's small. Yeah, she won't beat me up.
She will beat you up. Yeah, right.
If you ask Teppy the same question, she'll praise his thoughtfulness.
I don't think I could ever find anybody like him.
Although Teppy lost her sight, she says she's gained the vision to make the world a better place in whatever way she can.
Don't live it in the past. Go forward. And if you love with the world will laugh with you and smile with you.
Adam Swaski, CTV News, Victoria.